Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So as we know, Kabam Zero had taken some time off, but he is back again now with some more quality of life improvements. And again, as always before these videos, please avoid leaving comments and like, you know, all of these are pointless. They need to carry up with mastery resets, so they need to do this and that and that. Obviously there are things that we all are desperately waiting for Kabam to do, that they are either unwilling to implement or dragging their heels on. And let's not turn this video into that. Let's discuss the things that are changing and how do we feel about them, what our reaction is, and yeah, just appreciate the quality of life changes that are actually happening, because that has been a very positive change in like last half year or so, where somebody actually actively looks at more and more things in the game and tries to make them more efficient, less loading screens, you know, more convenient, more intuitive, and all of that is appreciated. Obviously, there are things that I hope for Kabam to do and address, and they're not doing it, and it can be frustrating. But today is not about that. This video is not about that. This video is about what is about to happen. And here we can see that, first and foremost, it's the 6 stones and like rest of the items that will be appearing also as a number in overflow. The most useful place for me personally, this is going to be when I open a ton of arena boost crystals. I'll be able to see exactly which ones I have in overflow and which ones I don't. Thus, you're going to be able to kind of like use them slightly more efficiently, I suppose. But this isn't like the biggest thing. This isn't the biggest deal in my opinion, because typically, especially when it comes to like 6 stones and stuff, you know, it's not like we all have a ton of them in overflow all the time. However, this next thing has been bothering me for a while, and I'm happy that they're finally addressing. Now we're actually going to be able to switch from book 1 to book 2 without having to go back and reload it and stuff like that. Especially as a content creator who often tries to record some footage in Act 6 and then some footage in Act 7, it can be really annoying to go backwards and forwards. So I do personally really do like this change. I don't think that, you know, necessarily everybody is going to be noticing this having any major impact, but I think content creators definitely will appreciate this one a ton. This thing though, where we have filter count visualization. Ever want to quickly see how many champions you have at specific rarity or rank? How about knowing exactly how much class ISO you have in the stash? Well, now you can. We have added a little counter to all our sort panels to display how many items you are currently showing and how many total items there are in the example below. For instance, here he filters out 6-star champions, and then the total number of champions on that account is 676, and 69 of them are 6 stars. I do like this one a lot. It makes things a lot more clear in many areas when you're counting how many specific rank champions you have or ISO or something else. So yeah, I do think this is a very cool addition. I like this one a lot. And the next one is quite neat as well, where you can just have the open 10 button now. That's gonna make opening bulk crystal items slightly quicker. It can get quite tedious on some of these crystals that we earn a ton to just keep on opening. But the upcoming change here is the biggest one for me, and I think is going to be the most useful. The consolidated inventory screen. We have moved Catalyst, ISO, and inventory screens into one screen for more straightforward navigation. This means there will be no longer the landing screen, and clicking inventory on top bar will bring you to this screen. Each of these will appear in separate tab. The exception being the inventory screen, which has split up to 4 different categories. These categories are as follows: health and energy, stones and gems, boosts, and other. And here we can see that, yes, you have, as soon as you're going to tap on the inventory, you're going to be able to view your catalyst, ISO 8, health and energy, stones and gems, and boosts, and then other miscellaneous things. I do think this is a massive, great addition. Number one, the items tab, as it exists currently in the game, is extremely unsorted. It's extremely messy. It's easy to miss a ton of items, hard to find them at times. And having it presented like this is just going to make it much more convenient. So just as a contrast here, we can take a quick look right here, right now. So we get these 4 tabs that we can either go to crystals, items, ISO 8, or catalysts. the items one is by far like in the biggest mess and the biggest disarray, where all of these things are together and not very well organized. Some health potions are always stranded at up, top, bottom, somewhere. Same thing for rank up gems and stuff like that. So I am really, really pleased with Kabam actually changing this thing up, and I think it's just going to be much more clear and, you know, much more in 2020. And this last thing is also actually quite big. This last thing is something that we all do, or many of us do, often, and then we act like if something is not working out or we didn't understand something, and that is to be able to view the nodes whilst you're in the fight. So you can pause the fight now, and you can see this tap now that you're going to be able to tap on it, and it is going to display what kind of nodes your opponent has, and you're going to be able to understand why are some things happening. For instance, if you have maybe overlooked a node or you don't understand an interaction, you'll be able now to actually pause the fight and read up if you didn't do it before the fight. So I do think this is a great addition. I truly do. And especially in combination with this consolidated inventory screen. So I think, well, 9.6 million units. Somebody's stashing up for a gifting event, I suppose. But either way, I think I can unanimously say that we're all happy that Kabam Zero is back at these quality of life changes. I do think some of them are relatively inconsequential. I don't think, you know, all of them matter all that much. But again, for me personally, jumping from book 1 to book 2 is definitely going to be, you know, an improvement. Also, immediately seeing whatever you filter, how many of those items are there. I think that's a very nice, clever addition. And then I think most importantly is definitely this rearranged items tab primarily, where we're going to be able to A, find everything quicker, and B, also save ourselves, you know, from an extra loading screen. I just think it's, yeah, much more reasonable. Something that, you know, it's always easy to say these things already should have existed in the game, or this is, you know, so obvious or something like that. But when you actually see them implemented, you know, that's a sign of a good change, when people just kind of like, yeah, that's awesome, that's going to be great, or that's going to be super convenient, or why didn't we think of this before, or why didn't we ask for this before? So I do think some of these are actually going to be very, very, very handy to have. Obviously, none of them really, you know, alter the biggest problems that we have, like masteries and help all and stuff like that. But again, I hope we're gonna get there as well. But in the meantime, I'm just glad that we are getting continuously more and more fluent game with less loading screens and more intuitive controls and more information displayed that we are, you know, looking for. Let me know what you guys think about these. I will leave a link to the forum thread in the description if you want to go over it yourselves, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next month